welcome to Wells of Happiness Media. My name is Victoria Chakwamba Bali, and I'm so excited to be here. I do have somebody beautiful, full of strength, and with a beautiful name, and I'd like for her to introduce herself, tell her who she is, and who her parents are. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Deborah Tumwine, and I am the daughter of Pastor Charles Tumwine and Pastor Grace Tumwine. And I am happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for
So tell me, name's Deborah. What does Deborah mean?
Well, in English it means a bee, quite literally a bee. But I think in Hebrew, Deborah was a judge.
Deborah was a judge. And was she a good judge?
Yes, she
I
was.
think so. And then you have Kosinje. What does Kosinje mean?
Peace.
Peace. And Tumwine means what?
I am actually not so sure. I won't lie.
I am a name lover, and I love to ask everybody what their name means, because I think a name is such a beautiful thing. And it's I feel like when your parents give you a name, there is something that comes with that name, and most times you carry that with you, you know? Yeah. So tell us, Deborah, class of 2024, congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell us, where were you in school, and tell us what you did in school.
Okay, so I went to school first in the Community College of Denver, yes. And I then transferred to the University of West Georgia. So I got my associates and then I got my bachelor's in psychology.
Nice.
So, yes.
Well, so psychology it is. So are you going to be here diagnosing us for some kind of...
Well, not yet. And I feel like that has always been a conversation starter for so many people, where they feel like, oh, I hope you're not reading my mind. And I want to tell them I wouldn't do that for free. I can give you my card when that time comes, and we'll talk prices, because I wouldn't do that for free. But yes, I would have to go to grad school for that, which I intend to do.
I still feel in a way that even having started out, you're kind of like, that person is OCD or...
Yes, definitely. Like I will unwillingly or like subconsciously be able to tell, certain traits of people and categorize them kind of, And I think I've only done that with my sister, where I will tell her exactly what I think, is going on mentally, and she hates it. But she loves it at the same time, because she jokes around with it. But yes, definitely. I think sometimes I do it subconsciously. And it's also really interesting to see, like you'll see and make mental, notes about people. And never say it to anyone, because sometimes it can be like offending or not received well with some people.
Of course. I know that you definitely won't be telling them, but you'll be there thinking it.
Yes, I'm always thinking it.
Well, because why I'm saying this is, I remember, when I was going during my clinicals, I was always told, you stand by the door and you assess your patient right there at the door. Is they call it the door assessment, right? And then you kind of look and say, okay, look at their skin, look at how they're breathing and things like that. So I think that because you've gone through, of course, that kind of training, because you're trying to learn more about people, so you find yourself doing some of those things.
Yes.
And it's such a beautiful thing. So how has the transition of being in school here been versus being in Uganda?
I think that one's very interesting. Well, unpopular opinion for me. Well, obviously I wouldn't know about uni in Uganda because I never got the opportunity. Because I moved right after Form 4, so according to Uganda, I'm a dropout. But I moved after Form 4 and I came here, so my assessment of it would be that I moved at a time that was very crucial, so I don't know what high school is like here, because the month that I was born in would not allow me to go to high school when I moved, because I moved when I was 17. So they would not allow me to join high school, so I had to go to college when I was 17. So I moved at a time that's just kind of tricky. But if I was to say, of course, College was interesting. I had a picture of how I wanted it to go. Did not go like that at all. I came obviously thinking like you know how high school, when we're in primary school, we were watching High School Musical and we're thinking high school is going to be like that. Definitely not true. And then when it came to college, it was like you're thinking, because there's a show called Grownish and Blackish.
Yes,
It comes from
yes.
Blackish. And you're thinking, okay, college is going to be like that. It's going to be, you know, turn up and all these things. And definitely not that. Like, it is to a certain degree, but like you can't think that school's going to be like that. But if I was to compare it to Uganda, obviously, I don't know that the comparison would be fair because I have a high school, you know, memory of Uganda and then college. So
Were you in boarding school?
I was.
Okay, so yeah, that already, there is a good one. you
Yes,
know?
definitely. And I feel like that throws white people off so much because when they hear boarding school, they're thinking like Switzerland, kind of, you know, boarding schools where it's like spoiled rich kids, and it's like, it's definitely not that, but I never see Bategura. I'll leave them to think that because it raises a pedigree. You know what I mean? Like you're thinking, yes, I'm definitely that for sure. And then I think the things that they built into us, like the posture and you know how you speak to people, how you address people, how you write. So all those things played in for me, even when it wasn't what they thought. So I could not escape the spoiled rich girl kind of, you know, rumors, and I was like, I'm fine with it. I'll run with it. I could work with it.
It reminds me of my maiden name Chakwa. You know, of course, when I was in Uganda, of course, I was associated with the Chakwa, you know, family. Because of, you know, what they did. And, you know, there's sometimes times I decide outright with it. And other times I'm like, it's all right. I will. You know, you use it for, you know.
Exactly. It's street cred.
It's all right. I'm glad and more, right?
Yes.
So, but that's very interesting. So tell me, how has your being in school and how was your GPA?
I would love to digress from that, but
okay.
No. I can answer that. So my GPA, you know, was interesting. Certain times, obviously, it was great. You're like, you're 3.0. You feel like you've defeated everything. You're top of the world. And then a semester comes by, and you're not definitely, you know, like everything's just haywire. And I went through the ups and downs. I, you know, had a probation here and there. But, you know, we made it. I'm here, I have the gown, and
yes.
That's all I can say.
Oh, that's what it's about. And if you were to encourage somebody that's out there that has gone through some of the trials and tribulations of, you know, being in college, because I know people get here and then they have to work, they have to balance school, and, you know, there's somebody out there that's really benefiting from your story, knowing that they too can make it, you know, regardless, you know, it's all about pushing, perseverance, and getting to the finish line, right?
Yeah,
what would you like to tell them?
I would say that if you are willing to get past yourself, C's get degrees. At the end of the day, you want to get to that degree. I'm not saying that you should be lax. I'm not saying that you should not care about your grades and everything, but like if there is situations that are happening or for whatever reason it has slipped on you and you're trying to get it back up, don't be too hard on yourself. It's really never that serious. The point is to get the degree, and as long as you get out of that school with that degree, that's all.
Yeah, you can get there. I remember, you know, one time and I won't quote which president, he said, I was always a C student.
Yeah, C's get degrees. Oh, that's all I'm going to say.
I love it. Yeah. So tell me, how has your faith impacted your life to bring you to where you are now? Coming from a family of strong believers like your father and mother, how do you feel like your faith has impacted you, you know, in your journey to where you are now?
I feel like if I started to get into that, we would sleep here.
Right.
But I feel like my faith has molded my life in a way that I don't just do things. I don't think things are a coincidence. I don't think things just happen. That's something my dad usually says a lot. Things don't just happen. People make things to happen. And things don't happen to you just because you're a good person, but like it's what you fight for, what you strive for. So I know that I would not be here if it wasn't for, you know, having a belief system, being grounded in something, you know, and I feel like that's, if I could, you know, advise anyone on anything, it would be that for sure. Exactly. Because seeing that people have grounded themselves in things, different things like maybe money or, you know, whatever it might be, and you find that that's never a strong enough anchor for your life. So having faith and belief in God, especially, is something that will put you in a state, put you in a place that no one can take that away from you, but it helps you so much. I can't even begin to explain. It helps you so much. It sets you above, I'm not saying that it makes you, better than other people, but it sets you above, certain things and, like when things happen to you, you're not just, taking it and believing like, things happen and all these things. Like, no, you believe that if this is happening, it's happening for a reason, and what can I do about it,
Yes.
So
there's that higher power.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that I believe, or maybe I wouldn't even just say I believe, but I've gone through it, and I think that our faith and our culture, they're very strong things for us.
Definitely.
And I feel like they have helped us become the people that we are today. How do you feel your culture, transitioning from where you were in Uganda and here? How has that also benefited you?
Yes, I think that also coincides strongly for me with how strong my faith was, because I was really grounded in the faith from young, but also culturally, I feel like I had an understanding of self, obviously to a certain degree, because I was a child when I moved, but I had an understanding of self to a point where I was not taken up so much when I heard that I was going to move here. Of course, there were things that you had, like stereotypically in your mind, you thought you were going to see this and that. But beyond that, I think I had an understanding of the culture and where I came from, that it never swayed me one bit. I never tried to be anyone else but who I am.
Yeah.
I am very, very, very proud to be Ugandan. I'm very proud to be African. And I never cared much about that and how people felt about it when I moved, and I think that helped me greatly, because you can only feel bad about yourself, or someone can make you feel bad about yourself if you allow it.
Yeah.
So I was never going to allow it, and it just kind of gave, and it put me in a space where even the people I interacted with understood that, and our relationships were better for it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you have a strong sense of who you are as a person, and I think it's the most beautiful thing, because I think if you were not raised with a strong parents and a strong father figure like who you have for a dad, then you would come in here and kind of be like, I don't know who I am, and then you could get lost in the whole system, and also maybe the experiences you had while you were in Uganda and coming over here. So it almost was like, life continues. I'm here to study, so it's not like this was new territory. For
definitely
you.
not. Like
So,
it was not a. It was life changing, but it was not like, oh my God, this is it. This is the apex of life. I have made it, and all these things. It was just another thing.
Yeah, that you encountered.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm loving this very much. So when you graduated, who do you think was the most excited, dad and mom?
Oh,
yeah,
both of them. Both of them. I'll say both of them because my mom was supposed to be here, and she couldn't make it because she didn't have a visa and everything. But my dad was. My mom was so excited, of course. My dad was really, really excited, and he kept telling me, leading up to the weekend, he was just like, "Oh my baby, I remember when you were such a baby, and now you're graduating." I'm like, "Don't make me cry." So no, all of them, they both were very, very excited for this. But I think but like to add to that would be someone who had been there for me. His name is Jojo. We practically did this degree together, so he was there too. He flew in for that, and it was amazing to have them all there.
Beautiful. If there was anybody that you'd like to thank and you feel like they've been part of your journey to get you to where you are, who would that person be?
I would say persons. So the three aforementioned, that would be my dad, my mom, and Jojo Wanugemi, because like I said, that man, really, that degree is mine, but it is his. Because we went through those nights together and the exams and everything, so I would really love to thank them three.
Well, Jojo, dad, mom, if you're out there listening, we have somebody who is very excited and happy that they made it this far. So I think you should be waiting on something that she probably is going to be bringing on the spot. So any other plans moving on from here? And what are those plans?
Yes, definitely advancing the degree. I will be getting my master's and PhD concurrently next year. I'll be starting on that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get certifications as behavior therapist and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's really what's on ground currently. That's the most urgent thing right now.
I think that's a beautiful way to go, and especially when you get, it's kind of like, I like how you're doing it. You take bite sizes of it, and then you can only, you bite off what you can chew, literally. And I think it will help you to transition as you go along, one step at a time, and then get to where you need to be. And if you're looking into trying to work in the meantime, of course, that's the best way to get those certification and build up on it. I'm so excited to have had you here. Maybe if there was anything that you wanted to tell anybody out there, what would it be?
I think, like I said, just don't be too hard on yourself, especially if you're in college. Even if you're in high school right now, and if it looks like you're not getting the GPA that you want, or your grades are not where you want them to be, I am a firm believer in anything being possible. So everything is definitely possible. Put your faith in God, believe in yourself, and I promise you'll be wearing this hat one day.
Amen to that. And one thing I forgot to even ask you, and I know this for a fact because I've had you do it, is you're a lover of music. So we were not going to put you on the spot and make you sing.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I'm looking forward to hearing you sing, one of these days and pretty soon.
Yes.
How do you feel like music has impacted your life?
I think my family has been such an influence in my life, because all the things that we talked about with culture, with faith and music, my family is so musical. Every single person in that house sings. We all sing different voices, but we all sing. And I feel like I always stress my sister out when I'm listening to music, because I don't just listen to music. I hear the beat in the background. I hear the vocals that happen there. I hear, did you hear that? And she's like, no, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. But I feel like music has impacted my life in a way that I don't think I can even explain. But I know that I love music. I love singing. And apparently I'm going to be a songwriter.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We'll see about that.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy to have had you here.
Thank you for having me.
And we're looking forward to what's coming and where God is taking you. And we pray blessings upon your life, and know that God has a plan, of course, for your life and for you to bless His people. So we want to thank you for taking the time to come here and visit us at Wells of Happiness Media. We'll see you soon. And question, if you're going to school, are you going to keep it in Denver, or you're going to be out there somewhere?
No, one thing about it, I never liked Denver. I never did, and that's why I went to Georgia. That's why I went to Georgia, because I felt like there's so many.
Busted.
Yes, there is. I know. I like Georgia because of I want to be around Black people all the time. So that's why I moved to Georgia, and I don't see myself doing my PhD here.
No. So you love more of the South.
Yes. But I also don't know if I'm going to be in the South, because there's a school I'm looking at. But we'll get into that.
You'll unleash it when it gets there.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. We're so delighted to have had you, Deborah. May God richly bless you. I can't wait for what God has in store, and the sky is the limit. Thank you so much. And Wells of Happiness Media, thank you. Subscribe, like, comment, and of course, tell us what you think. Thank you so much for being here with us, and may God bless you. Bye-bye.